Therefore, the great mythological story in Hinduism, where in Puranas these stories are given, so the average man may understand, but only the wise man understands the significance. Once upon a time there was a Rakshasa demon of the lowest type. What is the demon? We have already explained. Rakshasa. And he is called Bhasmasura. No, he's not a Rakshasa, he's Asura. Undivine, like you and I. Not to divine, but undivine. We want to become divine, but he doesn't know. He is tempted away to become bad. That Asura, he is called Bhasmasura. Bhasma means ashes. He worshipped Lord Shiva. And Lord Shiva is relatively easy to propitiate. He's a very kind guy. So he appeared. Yes, but devotee, what do you want? He said, don't run away, because so long I had to meditate upon to get you. Now don't immediately run away. Let me finish what I want. I want fire touch. What I call as fire touch. What do you mean fire touch? Whatever I touch must become ashes immediately. That's all. So that I can go on touching all my enemies? No defense. So that you invite the enemy, come, we are very friendly, we will somehow they are going, hello. Very, very nice, my dear. Lord Shiva said, okay, tadhastu. If that is your desire, fulfill. He said, now look, don't run away. Now in this vast jungle, there are only two people. I and you. Two people. Now I do tapas for years and you come one afternoon for 5 minutes. And I say I want this and you say tatastu and go away. How do I know that you have not cheated me? He said that therefore an experiment is necessary. So you come here, let me touch. Because there is only two persons. If there is a third person, I would have touched him. I am sorry, the situation is very bad. You should have brought your wife also, so that I could have touched her. Shiva knew that I have given him the power. And if it touches me, I will be in the ashes. So Shiva started running. Discretion, better part of valor. He started running. And this man behind him. Don't run, let me see, let me see. That time Vishnu was going along and he said, Ayyo, this fellow is at all times in trouble. So he came down, and when Shiva has turned round the corner and the king is coming to this corner, he suddenly came in between in the form of an old Brahmin. And he stood. When the king came running, he stopped. Maharaj, you yourself running? Where is your army? Where are your officers? Where is your guards? What is it that, why should you run? You sit here in the order. They will do it, whatever what you want to do. Why are you running? I am your devotee. You see, I am going to kill Shiva. Ha ha! Ha ha! You old people are always like that. They can't hear, but they hear always ulta. Just the opposite. Shiva, you are afraid and running. We need not run. Over my dead body, Shiva will touch you. Shiva. So he had to tell him, I'm not a Buddha, he's an old man, that is not the way. You see, I did tapas and Shiva came and I asked this power and he said okay and I want to test it and therefore he is running and I am running up. Lord Shiva, rascal, troubling you, not knowing that you are the king. I can't understand. How foolish he is. So the king had to explain, look, don't stop me, because he is a very good runner and I am very tired. You understand? The more the time he will be better, he will reach the other end of the world. Now look, it is not like that. You see, I did tapas and Lord Shiva came and I asked him this power and Lord Shiva said, Tathastu, now I want to. He had to touch himself. I want to. Vishnu smiled and got on to his Garuda and flew off. And told Shiva, now you can stop. He was panting, running for life. Now the point is, this Bhasmasura is your intellect, human intellect. Whenever the human intellect tries to understand anything in the world, you intellectually analyze it. Analyze means into its various constituent parts. Intellect can understand only plurality, never the integral oneness. I'm giving you time to think and object to what Swami says, stupid idea. He is saying that intellect can't see oneness. No. Intellect, when you perceive through the sense organs, with the intellect, the understanding is always through analysis. And that is the function of the intellect. Then it is your wisdom that integrates it together as one. It's not the intellect's job. This intellect is described in this metaphorical story or mythological story as Bhasmasura, who by his touch disintegrates everything into ashes, into its various analytical parts or composition. Its component parts, right? So the jnanam, that knowledge, wisdom, which when you recognize the oneness in the pluralistic phenomenal world, where even though the objects are different one from the other, at the intellectual level, they are all threaded together in one cord, as it were, that holding golden thread on which all the names and forms are strung together to become the garland of life. That knowledge, which recognizes this, is called a Satvikam Smritam, is called a Sattvic knowledge. Now, Rajasic knowledge is what you and I have intellectually, Pruthak Bhava, everything alag, separate. To Yajnanam, Nana Bhavan Pruthak Vidhan, endless varieties, each one separate from the other. Veti Sarveshu Bhuteshu, in all living beings, by analysis. We can only understand the distinctions from each other, not the cohesive.